In this lesson, we're going to take a look at one of Allison Kennewell's students who came to her 2 months ago from a hitting instructor, and what she's been able to do with her to allow her to have better success with her swing. One of the things that we look at with points of contact, we always look at the front foot as a point of reference. The very first thing I always look at is when we look at length of stride, and we've got a ratio between the waist, the width of the waist and the width of the base, how wide your feet are. It tells us exactly where we should be in our stride. Now on the left, the hitter's not really overstriding because she falls within our guidelines for proper stride ratio. But if we move forward during her swing, we notice a huge tilt of the spine. And if we look at what her front leg does from here, that this move right here, it's just way too much of a tilt. The way that we know this is way too much of a tilt is just based on just very simple hitting mechanics. One of the first things that we always teach hitters is that a ball that you hit up the middle of the field, the contact is going to take place off of the front foot. So if I draw a line from the front foot up to about head high, if we notice when our hitter gets fully extended, she's not even able to reach to where her front foot is. This automatically tells us that there's something that we're doing that's keeping our hands from moving another 3 to 5 inches forward to where that we can actually hit the ball up the middle of the field in the proper position. If we look on the right side of the screen, as our hitter achieves full extension, as we look up from the ground, we notice the hands are able to fully reach to the front foot. So the first problem our hitter has is that she's not able to fully reach to her front foot through extension, and this all comes back to spine position. If we look here, the hitter's head is directly over the center of her body at contact in a fairly upright position, which will allow her to take advantage of extension and to be able to hit the ball and track it to the different parts of the hitting zone to have success. As we look over here, our hitter is tilted behind the center of her body. So what this also causes is a swing plane, and we'll look at this. Just the plane of her swing, as the bat begins to cross to where the front foot is, we'll notice it takes a big upward turn a little bit sooner. And the reason this takes place is just for the fact in this part of the swing, the batter is programmed to finish with this big tilted posture. So what happens is, prior to contact, the body is sending signals, the brain is sending signals to the body to make those habits to where it starts putting her in position before contact to tilt back to her finish. What she's done on the right side of the screen, since her body is going to finish in this more upright posture and a little bit taller here, it doesn't make the bat leave. As the bat crosses the front foot, it's still moving on track with the ball a little bit better. She's on plane with the ball very well. There's a slight upswing, but that's okay because the ball is coming to us on a downward arc. We could probably extend out a little bit more and keep that bat a little bit flatter through the hitting zone, but we'll notice it's a much better improvement. Another reason this weight transfer, the posture is easier on our hitter, simply because at contact there's not nearly as much weight on the back leg. When we finish our swing, what we like to see is directly under the back is the back knee. On this side, if we notice that we are seeing the front knee very far forward of our backside, which causes the big tilted posture in this manner, which just means if we're early on a pitch, we've got a huge upswing and we're just going to be able to pop the ball up.